Hi guys, good afternoon. Welcome back to another session brought to you by Accent Nominees. Your host for today, as usual, is Tomi Ogle, and the topic I'll be discussing is your business and legal compliance, which I'll be using Jenny's Glow as a case study. So let's get right into it. So setting up a business in Nigeria is, most people feel like, it's one of the roads to financial independence and freedom. So as most people who have started business, whether physical or online, would know that it is not easy because it is fraught with false starts and setbacks. So most of the time, businesses do not do well because the business owners may have failed to take cognizance to key elements that are incidental to their business success or business expansion. So one of the key elements that can actually make or mar your business is legal compliance. I keep saying it. If you've been watching our previous session, you would know this statement I just made is, in fact, that's my top motto. Like, legal compliance can either make or mar your business, which is what happened to Jenny's Glow. So, like, what is legal compliance? Legal compliance is a way through which your business or business complies with legal requirements that regulate business environment, the sector, the industry they are in, the geographical location of a business. So, there are quite a few institutions or governmental bodies that has been established to regulate and monitor, to enforce that people or business owners actually complying with these laws. And we all know these bodies, which are the Corporate Affairs Commission, which we all know as the CAC, NAFDAC, which is one of the things I'll be talking about today, the Federal Inland Revenue Service, the Inland Revenue Service, which is for the states, various states, that's if you're in a different state, if you're not in Lagos, and then the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, which is NAFDAC, Security and Exchange Commission, depending on the sector you are in, then NOTAP, and then Standard Organization of Nigeria, amongst others. But today's discussion, I will not be going too deep into these bodies or into this organization, because I think I spoke about this week 3 of this year, so you can do well to actually watch. I might also drop a link to that video so you can watch it. But today's discussion would actually focus on legal compliance for business owner, the compliance you need to comply with as a business owner. So I'll be listing some of these legal compliance checklists you should have ticked on your list. This is like the 8th or the 9th month of the year, and it will be bad of you, or it would, it will look bad of you or of your business to have not have fulfilled this legal compliance as a business owner. You need to fulfill this legal compliance. So, and if you want to enjoy undisturbed business activity in Nigeria, then these are the things you need to do. So the first one, most people know this first one, but I feel like some people still don't know. But I'll explain, which is the CAC registration. The second one is the tax identification number. The third one is business premise permits, and then NAFDAC registration. And that's amongst others. I'll not be listing all because of time. So I'll be going into CAC registration. As we all know, before you start your business, it is required of you to register that business name or that company, whether limited by guarantee, whether limited by shares, could be private, could be public, depending on what you want, depending on the benefits you seek to enjoy from the registration. But it is advisable of you that within 28 days of starting your business, you are to register your business. Now, this is the part I want to break it down. Most times we have this idea, oh, I want to go into importation, I want to go into logistics business, and you think of everything. You think of capital, you think of who to meet with, but the last thing we think of, or the last thing on our list, is legal compliance. So before you even start doing that business, think of how you can register it. What can you do? Who can you meet? Check Google. There are companies, lawyers listed that can help you register your business, and then they can even let you know why you should be registering a company instead of registering a business. Don't just think that, let me just do this business, I'm just bored. Most times business actually go beyond this. This business could actually be your livelihood, and it would not make sense if one legal compliance you do not fulfill is what will be hindering you from making money. Is the one that would hinder you or hinder your brand reputation from going forward. So the first one on the list is CAC registration. So it is important that you do this so that people can actually trust your brand. People can just go, and when you just tell them, my name is so so and so. They you know they can just check their system or their phone, and then your company or business name would come out. Like they would see it, and once they see it, or once they see that your company has a registration number or business name number, you know, they tend to trust you, and which is what business is all about. When your customer trusts you, even if you call this item for 1 million naira, just for the fact that they trust you, they trust your brand, they'll be dropping that exact amount. So the next one is tax identification number. So do you have a tax identification number as a business owner or entrepreneur? Every person that does business is required to have a this number. That is how you can pay tax. So it is required that every business owner must register. You can even do pay as you earn, because I know that most business owner, they do this. You know, when they make profits, they pay their tax, and then when they are not making anything, and if you know that most times people feel like, why should I, you know, do tax identification number? One of the reasons why, if you have to open your corporate account, they would ask you for this, and then it will not make sense if you are registered and they are asking you to send your account where your investors, your suppliers, or your customers want to you know, make payments, and you are sending the one with your full name. Like, it's like those are two different people. How can I know you as so limited, and you're sending me Oguniran? You know, most people they will not even trust you. And then sometimes it used to cause, please permit me to use this language, it causes finish. Like people will say, what's this? How can it be behind your, imagine your company name being sweet, and you are sending one name that looks, you know, looks alien to them. But and that's just my own this thing. And then one of the reasons why you need to register your company, because I know that I didn't mention it earlier, is imagine you've been doing business for 20 years. Because there was one I saw on Instagram, this mama, she sells food, Mama Puts, everybody knows her with that name. But unknowingly to mama, the woman's name, there's a business, registered business with that name. And the funniest part is that mama has been in business for 20 years. This company, you know, this business I'm talking about, registered like 5 years ago. Meaning that mama had 15 years to do the right thing. She did not do. Maybe because she didn't know, or there was nobody to advise her. But it would not be nice if you are in that shoe. After people already know you with that name, people are checking Instagram, like checking you with that name. Just wait to imagine you find out that people are using that name. That name, you can't use that name again. And what people don't know is that it does not end there. Compliance does not end at registration of business or company. It goes beyond that. That is why you would have to do your tax identification number, which is known as the TIN. So the TIN is required, is a required process, you know, for you to pay tax, and paying tax is a major requirement of the law. Trademark. I need to just say something about this trademark, because I discussed trademark last in our previous session. So after you still do your CS registration, you have TIN, don't feel like you own the name, you registered the name. But is that logo, or is that name, is it protected by the law? Which is where trademark comes in. Because from the previous session I discussed where a French pharmaceutical company came in and sued two companies, one enterprise, for using its trademark name for unlawful infringement. And imagine you registered your name, a French company coming from overseas telling you to desist from using that name. I can't imagine how sad you would be. So legal compliance does not end with stage one. There are different stages to legal compliance, and I would like to say this: business owners should be deliberate about their business and legal compliance, which is what affected Jenny's Glow. You know, there was a time I was having a conversation with my sister. I said she has been in business for how many years? I got to know of Jenny's Glow in 2019, and if she has started, I know it's not easy to get a NAFDAC number, but if she had started processing NAFDAC number since 2019, I can guarantee that this is 2023. She would have, out of one product she has, she might have even gotten like 3-5, you know, NAFDAC numbers, which, you know, she can still process the rest. You please don't let me go deep, because I still have to talk about NAFDAC registration number, and I don't want to cut you off of the full gist. So the other one I'm talking about is the NAFDAC registration number. So this particular compliance is important, especially if you are into production of food, manufacturing of food, you know, drugs, cosmetics, soap. Because most people just come and say, I'm doing black soap. You want to assist a sister, you buy it. So it is mandatory that producers or manufacturers of such products obtain NAFDAC number or NAFDAC registration number for each of their products. It's not as if one NAFDAC number covers all. No. If you're establishing a particular product and it's going through normal laboratory tests, everything, that particular product is one with registration number. If you are doing body scrub, the number does not cover body wash. I'm just trying to break it down because I know some of our viewers might actually be business owners, people, people involved in manufacturing or production of food, cosmetics, and amongst others. So the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control is a regulatory body that is charged with, they ensure that what you are doing is quality and it is standard. You do standard packaged foods and drugs. They carry out inspection. They'll come to your maybe your, should I say, warehouse, or your warehouse. Let me just say warehouse. So they come and check your facility. They inspect the facility, and then before they issue you a NAFDAC registration number, they will even show proof that, okay, it's not as if you are just making soap and you don't have you have not done the right class, have not gone through the right class, it has not been tested. That was what happened, because in the beginning people using the product, there was no side effects, and you can't compare different skins. So product like that needs to undergo certain measures, certain laboratory check and test. Once you already carry out this inspection, they would issue you a NAFDAC registration number. And when you get this number, it is basically saying that, oh, you have passed this test to sell your product in public. Simple as that. When you even buy product, why are you checking best before? You cannot have best before and don't have NAFDAC number. What's that? Like, what's that? It is even better you have NAFDAC and don't have best before. But I'm just joking. But you know what I mean? You can't. How will you have best before and you don't have NAFDAC registration number? Most people, when they buy product from the store, the first thing they check is NAFDAC registration number. Oh, is this registered? Is this? And most times, why it is even good to buy products with NAFDAC registration number is because imagine you want to sue, or imagine you are the one they are suing with that. You can boldly say that this your product has passed the test. So why are they suing you? If it was a bad product, NAFDAC would not have approved you. They would have done due diligence, of course. So why would NAFDAC let you sell your products in public if your product is bad? So basically, when you have your NAFDAC number, it is saying that go out and sell your product to the public, and sell that product. If I say your product, means you have other products, and sell that product that has number to the public. And then customers also trust brand with NAFDAC registration number and even with expiration date. So imagine your product has 2 of these things. I can't imagine how, that's why I said legal compliance can either make or mar your business. So now let's analyze Jenny's Glow. She's making money. She signs celebrities, to help advertise. Customers rush her products. You can't even get soap of 2,000 naira. I'm just saying, it means she makes a lot of money. Then imagine she's making money, nothing is stopping her, just for one, because she failed to comply with a particular legal compliance. It's coming to buy tobacco. Like, I'm sure she did not expect it. Though she wrote NAFDAC approved, but most of her products do not have NAFDAC registration number. I think that's where the problem comes in. And the fact that people think that the guy who reported her is actually being a bad person. But let's face it, if it were overseas, that kind of product would not even be in the mall, or would not even it not be in the public. And people can actually report the product they feel like it should not be in the public because it can endanger lives. Because I got to see some of the pictures, some people's faces were swollen. So imagine, God forbid, one person actually lost a life due to that. And I'm very sure it would be bad for this brand, because they did not have the intention to kill anybody. They didn't have the intention to harm anybody. We understand that. But sometimes doing the right thing would actually, how will I put it, it will prove that you didn't have the intention to deceive the public. You didn't have the intention to, how will I put it, to harm the public. Your intention is just to help people with their skin, people to glow, help people with acne and things like that. But when your item does not have NAFDAC product, people will not trust you. And for the client or customers that still go ahead to buy a product without checking if the product has NAFDAC registration number, what do you want us to say? I know you guys report, but you saw this product before you getting it, and then it would be nice in case of next time you check product. Most times why I even buy product with NAFDAC, it's not because I want to buy it, because when I have complaint, I know who to sue. Some people don't even have a physical store. Imagine your lawyer is writing to them. How do you want them to send the letters they've written to the other party? I'm just trying to, so that you guys will understand. But when you know who to hold, you know, even if you are suing them for 20 million, you know that this person is capable of paying this company, you know. And then if you are the company they are suing and you've gone through NAFDAC registration process, you can boldly say your product did not cause this, your product did not do this, because your product went through NAFDAC measures, went through laboratory, and you have certificates, you know, things like that. And most times, I feel like after having these numbers, we need to go back and check this product to see if it's still if it's still up to that standard. When we started the business, it was up to that standard. But a few years later, we tend to, you know, delegate these rules to other people and neglect, you know, we don't even check back to see if people doing those rules on our behalf are actually doing it up to that standard, which may be what is wrong with Jenny's product. So, when a business does not comply with legal compliance, there can be several implications. So, and then what Jenny's Glue lacked in her product was that she didn't have a NAFDAC number. And I noticed it was, I had to go to the page. I noticed that it was after this person reported her product, was when she struggled to go and get one NAFDAC number. When I mean one, it means a NAFDAC number for a particular product, not whole. So there are certain implications, because we just think that we're in Nigeria, we can just go scot-free. So there are certain implications that you might be facing if you fail to comply with, you know, this compliance. So the first one is legal compliance. So non-compliance with legal regulation can actually lead to potential legal actions, which, you know, this guy also said there'll be a class action where everybody that bought from Jenny's Glue, that had rashes, that had, you know, that had problems with their skin, will come together and sue Jenny's Glue. So imagine a situation whereby they are coming together, it could lead to potential legal battle, and then if they get to court and penalties are issued, it will be issued on the brand. And sorry, I want to say something. If the brand is a business name, it means the owner and the business, they are inevitable. Any penalties issued will be the owner of the business that will be taking responsibilities. Unlike if it is a company, where company is seen as an artificial body, they are different from its owners. So let me go back to this. So regulatory bodies such as government agencies or industry-specific authorities, they may actually impose fines, they may even revoke your license to sell, and even initiate legal proceedings against your business or your brand. So this can result in significant financial costs in terms of legal fees, settlement, or judgment. They might even tell you not to sell your product again. And imagine that was your only source of livelihood. So the second one I'm talking about is financial consequences. So failure to comply with legal regulations may result in financial losses, you know, for your business. So in addition to potential fines and penalties or levies, non-compliance can also lead to increase in operational costs. For example, where your business may need to invest, not even may need. After people already know that you've not fulfilled this legal compliance, you may need to actually invest in corrective measures, such as implementing new systems or processes. Like Jenny's Glue, now she'll have the money that she would have been spending small. She would have to, you know, start getting NAFDAC numbers for all those products, and people will not trust that. I don't know how many customers she would have lost just for the fact that she didn't comply with just one of these checklists. Like, how sad is that? So conducting audit or hiring compliance experts. So furthermore, non-compliance can actually hinder your business growth opportunities. So it could actually, you know, hinder you from securing contracts or partnership, or it could also lead to you losing revenue. People that were meant to order, for the fact that they've been dragging your reputation, your brand reputation, people will not want to buy. If other people want to buy before, it reduced to 20, and 20 it reduced to 10, and before you know, no customers are even buying. And now that they've even sealed like 2 branches, how do you want to even sell? Just, I would advise you to do the right thing. It's important to do the right thing. That's the only way you can actually make money, because business is all about solving problems and making money. The third one, that's the consequences, reputational consequences, which is this one I was talking about. So when you fail to comply, you're basically damaging your business reputation among stakeholders, which includes customers, vendors, investors. Somebody might be just looking at your brand and saying, I want to invest in this brand. Then imagine people are suing you, or you have a pending litigation. The investor will just jejely withdraw the cash or the amount he wants to invest in your business. And if he wants to invest $1 million before, you say, let's just still do $100,000. To you, it might look like a huge money, but imagine if the person or the investor was investing $1 million US. So negative publicity surrounding non-compliance issues can actually, make customers not to trust you, and then it will negatively impact your customer relationship, leading to decreased sales and customer loyalty. Like I said, from 100 customers to 50 to 50 to 20 to 20 to 10, then from 10 to none, and customers will not be loyal to you again. Because if you have customers loyalty, you can go for 10 years and come back and people say, wow, I know this particular outfit, I can vouch for them. When I was using it that time, the tea did what it should do. The tea is approved. You won't be the one doing the talking. Your customers will be the one doing the talking, because they have loyalty to you and you've built that trust between the two of you. So business owners like Jenny's Glow with tarnished reputation may never make it to the industry, because even if they want to come back to the industry, they might not want to use that name, because people already know, this reputation has been, tarnished. Who want to associate themselves with Jenny's Glow, things like that. And I noticed that she's not the only one that actually did the wrong thing. There are other business owners that have not, how will I put it, done, or that have not complied with the regulations. I would advise you to do that. And if you don't, most times you think that, most people don't know, it would be best if you can reach out to a lawyer so that the lawyer can let you know what you are lacking and what should be done. So investors may also be hesitant, to support or invest in your business because if I say you lack compliance, I can just because of the legal compliance, or because you fail to comply with the regulations. So potentially limiting funding opportunities. And moreover, non-compliance can create negative work culture and affect employee morale. Their morale will be down. Most of them will never want to work with you. They say, yesterday, yes, he came to the office. Today, and after he came, oh, it's not be me. Let me look for work elsewhere. And before you know it, staffs are already going. It do not remain only you. No customers. I will have said with your bad attitude, but you know what I mean. It means that when you say, okay, customers, most times in times of trouble, it's better we have someone to rely on. If customers are going, at least let's have an employee or employees or family members that we can rely on till we leave that vulnerable state. But imagine when everybody's against you, most times it could lead to depression. But that's not what I'm here to say. So additionally, there may be indirect implications that is related to non-compliance or failure to comply. So this could actually include difficulty in attracting top clients. Investors will not want to invest in your brand or your product. And then for the fact that NAFDAC has checked you once, they will keep coming, because they feel like, I know that woman, she might not, I know this guy, this uncle will not do the right thing, I know this person. Because for the fact that you did not do the right thing in the first place, you've basically opened a window or a door for them to keep scrutinizing your brand to see if they've done what they should not have done. And then it could actually exclude you from industry associations or certifications. Some industry will just tell you that, we don't want that in our association. No. Let her be going. She has sport names of cake makers. She has sport names of soap makers. I'm just trying to give you simple examples you can relate with. And then limitations on expansion. You can't grow when people don't want to do business with you, when your reputation has been tarnished, when investors don't want to invest in your business, how do you want to expand as a business? And or you cannot even enter new markets like with that name. The least you do is you'll have to change it. Imagine changing it. Do you know what it took you from that year you started to work on that name, build reputation, build your brand, just for you to hear that your name is not making money in the market again? You need to change that particular brand name or business name. It will be very bad. So it is crucial for business owners to understand and also adhere to legal compliance requirements so that you can mitigate potential consequences or unknown circumstances. Sometimes you just say that you have a petition against your business. You wonder that petition, how? You will get there, see that one person has reported your business. This person you might know, it might even be your close friend, or it might be a passerby that feels like you are doing the harm, the public, like you are harming the public. This person might not have even bought your product. And that's the funny part. So establishing robust compliance program, educating employees, and also conducting regular audits and seeking legal advice when needed can help you or help your business maintain a strong position in the industry while safeguarding your reputation and financial well-being. So if you have a question, I would like if you can drop it in the comments section. We'll reply it. And then I hope to see you same time next week. And do not forget to follow us on our social media platform at Accent Nominees, at Law Accent, both on Facebook, on Instagram, and also on LinkedIn. You can also connect with us. So thank you for joining me. I hope you've been able to learn one or few things from this. Thank you.